Hello everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome to Hardcore Justice Predictions. This is one of Impact's B pay-per-views. Before that, A pay-per-view of Rebellion on the 25th of April, which is stacking up to be one hell of a card. So this is a lot of setup. I have to admit, because this is a lot of setup, I'm not really sure on a lot of these matches. So I feel like Impact's one of the most unpredictable promotions out there, and they're proving it here again because I haven't got a clue for some of these matches. So let's just roll on in with the predictions. So starting off the night is a chairly legal match between Shuva and Hernandez. For this one, I think that Shuva is winning this one. Yeah, I just feel like Shuva's going to win this one. Shuva is, like, Hernandez can take the loss without looking too bad. And Shuva can get this one here. And then maybe it'll be Shuva versus Rohit Raju at the pay-per-view. Maybe that's what will happen. But yeah, I think Shuva's going to walk away with the victory here. They want Shuva to come across as a big deal. And their win here is how they're going to get there. Next up on the card is a hardcore blindfold match between Brian Myers and Jake something. I'm going to go with Brian Myers for this one. I feel like he needs momentum for the Matt Cardona match that's going to be at the pay-per-view. I feel like that's a good idea. I also think Brian Myers is going to cheat here. Maybe he'll peer through or something. Maybe like he'll put a gap in like so maybe like in the blindfold he'll have a gap in it just so he can see and then take out Jake something. It'll be something like that. I don't know how they're going to do this match, but I feel as though that's what's going to happen. Is you're going to have Brian Myers go over here. Jake something doesn't lose anything by losing this match because Brian Myers will cheat in a way, even though it's a no DQ match. He'll cheat to win is basically going to be the story of it. Next up on the card is Gallows versus Black Taurus with Karl Anderson and Decay at ringside for both of theirs. I'm going to go with Gallows on this one. Gallows has lost a few matches recently, both on AEW and on Impact, and I feel like he needs a win here. Black Taurus loses nothing by losing this one, especially if maybe Kenny Omega or something gets involved. But yeah, Decay are one of these, no matter what happens to them, they'll never lose momentum. So yeah, Gallows for this one. Although I could see Black Taurus taking it, I feel like it's going to be Gallows, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. Next up is a very interesting match. It's a Freeway tag team match with the three competitors in the triple threat at Rebellion, which is TJP, Ace Austin and Josh Alexander, but each of them get to pick their partners. I think a few of them have already announced theirs, so I know TJP has got Fowler Bar as his. I think Ace Austin will probably have Man Fulton. And then Josh Alexander, I don't know who he'll have. I'd love it to be Ethan Page. I would love it to be Ethan Page, but it would make no sense. I don't really know what they're going to do there. For this one, who am I going to go for? I guess the easy option is Ace Austin, maybe. Is the easy option. Because Ace Austin and Man Fulton are a credible tag team. So it makes sense for them to win the match. I think it could be Josh Alexander. I just don't know who his partner's going to be. And because of that, I'm not too confident. So I'm going to go with Ace Austin. I feel like it is the best decision for me. It's a safe predictions pick. But yeah, Ace Austin then gets momentum for his title match, which I think he'll win at Rebellion as well. Spoiler alert for that one. But yeah, I'm going to go with Ace Austin, but I could see Josh Alexander winning that one. I can't really see TJP. I don't know why. Next up is the number one contender knockouts weapons match, which is like a weird like gauntlet style weapons match. I'm not really sure what the deal is there, between Alisha, Rosemary, Havok, Tenille Dashwood, Susan and Jordynne Grace. The winner of this will face whoever wins between Jazz and Deonna Purrazzo. For this one, I'm tempted to go for Susan, and then Su Yung appears. I'm gonna go with the safe choice. I'm gonna go with Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace then can avenge what happens later on in the night, and it makes sense in storyline reasons. I think it's just a safe pick. For me, the 3 potentials are Jordynne Grace, Rosemary, and Susan, with Susan turning into Su Yung, which I would like to see, but I want to see it further down the line. I mean, yeah, I want to see it further down the line, but then again, it could happen at Rebellion. You could have the title change at Rebellion. I don't really know. Fuck it, Susan. We're gonna go for Susan. I feel I'm banking on Su Yung appearing and then Su Yung taking the title off Deonna. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Susan. I can't believe I've just gone for Susan, but I'm going for Susan. Next up is a title versus career match between Deonna Purrazzo and Jazz. I'm gonna go for Deonna Purrazzo. Jazz, before she came back to Impact, was retired. She came out of retirement for this. And this is going to be Jazz's last ride. One last run, one last title match, one last go at it. And I feel like it's going to be a very good match, and it's going to be an emotional ending with Jazz retiring there. But yeah, I think Deonna Purrazzo, this just adds to her arrogant attitude and her character, really. Deonna Purrazzo is one of those that the win here just really shows it, really. The win will just really prove herself to be one of the best. Next up is a hardcore war match between Violent by Design and Team Deonna. This is a bit of a weird one. The hardcore war rules are 2 men start the match alone for 5 minutes. Every 2 minutes, a new man enters from altering teams. The match cannot end until the final man has entered. After all 8 men have entered, the match is won by pinfall or submission with no disqualification. So basically, it's a War Games match without the War Games element. It's like the rules of the War Games match without the cage. Obviously, we don't know all of Team Dreamer's participants. We don't know whether. I think what it will probably be. Well, Jason thinks earlier on in the show, so it would be interesting if it was Chris Sabin, and you got Chris Sabin, Chris Harris, and James Storm. I think will probably be the 3, which would be really cool. So yeah, that would be really cool to do that. So yeah, should be a really good match. I'm gonna go with Violent by Design though. I feel like Violent by Design need that win, especially with Rhino being in there now for the first time. I think this is like the first time they've all teamed with Rhino, so I feel like they're a credible team and they need to come away with the victory here. Maybe that's a bit old school of me, but I do think the right decision would be having Violent by Design come out the winners, beat Team Deonna, even though Team Deonna will be really good. Chris Harris can get involved, like Chris Harris can take the pin and it not be too difficult, without any complications. You know, he's come out of let's say retirement for it, sort of thing. Yeah, it'd be a nice little storyline. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Violent by Design. I think it makes the most sense. And then they can do whatever they want to do at Rebellion then with Violent by Design at the forefront of that rivalry. That would make sense. So yeah, this looks like a really good pay-per-view. I feel like there's a lot going on there, in this one. I feel like it needed the hardcore stipulation. This was a weird pay-per-view that needed the hardcore stipulation, because if I'm honest, if it wasn't for the hardcore stipulation, I wouldn't care about this pay-per-view. But luckily it's got a hardcore stipulation throughout the night, which complicates things. A few different matchups, a few different rules. This is really the brain of Tommy Dreamer, and it's great to see Impact give Tommy Dreamer a platform to really show off what he can do creatively. And I really like what I see. I feel like it's going to be a very good pay-per-view. I feel like I am going to end up enjoying it, because it's just going to be manic from start to finish. Not the wrestler, don't worry. It's going to be manic from start to finish, and it's going to be fun, which is what some wrestling shows need to be, is just pure and utter fun. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Comment down below your own predictions for the Impact's Hardcore Justice pay-per-view. I'll be very interested in that. Do check out whether it will become before this or after this, but my WrestleMania predictions with Kai turn up to my live streams for SmackDown and WrestleMania if you're interested in that as well. That would be really cool of you. I won't be streaming Impact's pay-per-view, I'm sorry, but I've got a lot going on. I'm not going to do it. I'm only going to do it for like NXTs and WWEs, maybe some AEWs in the future as well, but because they come around so little, I don't really mind doing that. But I won't be doing any for Impact. But still, I will be watching this pay-per-view, so do put it down in the comments down below, your own predictions. Can you beat me on this predictions? Probably, because I'm not really sure on most of these matches, if I'm honest. If you're new here, please do subscribe and check out all my other content on the channel, and I shall see all of you in the next video. See ya!
Wow.